We've had an update. This is Evostatus update 14A. Okay, it might actually be 14B, but we're going to call it 14A. Sorry for the long delay in between updates. Due to the recent economic situation in the world, I've had to refocus my strategy a little bit. A lot of my corporate clients have been lost in China due to budget cuts. So I've tried to expand in my stock photography area, and right now I've been trying to build up my sellable portfolio up to 2,000 images. I've just reached the 500 point, which is about 25% of where I want to be. So I need to see what happens after that. I'm going to test these images a little bit. I'm working with some online agencies, and I have a meeting with Saatchi coming up here, and hopefully the stock photography will provide some funding to be able to continue to work on the center of the net. If there's a problem with stock photography, I will probably have to return to university teaching. I'm still doing editing reports and stuff like that, but we'll have to see. I believe that in the second half of February, things are going to nosedive and go down really harder than they already are, and right now it's pretty tough as it is. So we'll see what the economic situation is, but I've had my hands full during the last month, so sorry about the delay, but that doesn't mean that we haven't been working. The goal is 2,000 images for me. I'm at 25% of that goal, which should be a workable 25%. If you wanted to see the images that I had taken, if you look, there's a gallery section now that I have installed, working with Minato Gallery 2, and I don't think it's the best gallery software, but the good thing about it is it does integrate with Drupal, and it does index the keywords which are embedded in the IPTC tags of each image. So that's a pretty good, that's one of the main reasons why I chose Gallery 2 to be used for the gallery software, and in the future we'll try to choose a more dynamic, less resource-hungry gallery. Now, when there's 500 images online, you'll be able to see. When there's 500 images online, that'll be a good thing. I'm trying to get those up in the next couple days before I go try to market those locally here to Saatchi. In the meantime, you could see the sites being taken over by spam bots. So I will be implementing the CAPTCHA, a lot of CAPTCHA security to try to cut down on the spam that's being committed to all the comments on the site. Probably because I indexed the sitemap on a couple search engines, so that's probably where we're seeing the spam right now. A lot of changes. I try to update to the latest security release with Drupal, and I try to do it through patches instead of a reinstall. So I'm getting some errors. I need to find out if they're related to the patches or they're related to the CAPTCHA that I was trying to install. I've been working a lot on the photography out in the field and marketing the images and keywording them that I haven't been able to work as much on the site, but I have done some stuff. Some of the big things, I did get the node queue working. If you do go to the Evo Campus section, you can see some of the groups. I did discover how to make composite layout standard formats, preset templates. So that's a big thing. I did knock out a lot of problems in the composite layout department. I've been focusing on the RSS feed once again, going back to the news. It was been gone for a long time. And going back to the news, I discovered a very cool resource, Yahoo Pipes. I might feel like I was the last person in the world to find out about that, but it's pretty cool. And Yahoo Pipes, for me, what I wanted to use Yahoo Pipes was to farm Google's keywords, because I wanted to make much more use of the keywords that Google includes in their own articles, and Yahoo Pipes looks like it's got a little bit of a learning curve for me. The question is, how much time am I going to spend on learning Yahoo Pipes? I'm not interested in mixing up the feeds like they do in Yahoo. I believe I can mix up the feeds internally in Drupal's feed management system. But I was interested in rewording of the keyword. But then when I was looking at that, wow, I found a geomapping of RSS stories, and I thought the geomapping was really, really cool. It would add that international flavor that I wanted. Basically, with every news story that's released, it goes through a geoparser, and it would set all the locations for each story on a map. You know, for those people that want that visual eye candy, with a marker on the map. And I thought that's cool. I try to do that because I do have a lot of that. I have a lot of geolocative functionality that is built into the center of the net through Google Maps and Yahoo Maps, through Drupal, and I tried to play with it for a little while. I was not able yet to automatically plot and pull them. I spent about 2 days or 3 days playing with it. Now the problem is, right now the situation in the world has got me pushing myself very hard. I know if I spend more time on this project, I will be able to get the geomapping implemented. But the question is, time is of the essence right now, so I might have to pull myself back from the geomapping direction that I was going into and just focus on getting the content up there, and then we'll diversify in that later on. Why are we working on the news so much? Well, the news, of course, is a model. I did get the node queue workings, and the node queues, when you take a story and you say, okay, this story is important for A, B, C, X, Y, Z reasons, okay? That's going to be important for the libraries, for the shared libraries that are created within each Evo Campus, Evo Cluster section. People are going to be able to share information with each other. If you want to grab an article and say, we're going to learn about this article in our Business English section, or here's a good IT article for our open source section, or whatever, you'll have your own group, and you'll be able to put that into your own queue, and that will be part of the internally shared resource library at the net. I want to turn the node queue system into a shared library system. I did get node queue working, and I did get it working for admin, and I need to figure out, I think I know how to get it working for groups. So that will be implemented too as soon as I get back to it and figure out this CAPTCHA and figure out the node system. And I wanted to classify the news into development. Basically, you look at the news, you got G8, first world, second world, third world. Those are old 1950 terminology, but the United Nations has a development index that's pretty current data that divides the world up into developed areas, and I like to create a systematic way of saying this is third world news, this is second world news, this is first world news, and I would like to make that presentable within 2 clicks. I did get this sortable layout, 2-click layout. I don't want people to be looking for data. I did get that working, and so I'm working on that, and that is a model for the flow of information. How we handle the news is going to be the same way how we handle feeds about language site feeds, or feeds about other related feeds, like if you want to find all the movies on YouTube and put them in your library related to English lessons, helpful, those we'll be capturing that the same way and distributing the same way we capture the RSS feeds. So that's a lot to be said in a short time. I am working hard. I will be getting the PayPal donation up there, so if anybody wants to make a donation, it'll be there. We'll talk about that. I'll try to get some video updates going. When you see 500 images in the gallery, I do have 500 images. They're not uploaded into gallery, but when you see that into the gallery, that means I'm ready for Sachi. I want to clean up the site for Sachi, and then in the next 2 weeks, you'll be seeing a lot of really heavy site development. As I become refocused with allowed time to continue with the site development. So thank you very much, and I'll see you the next status update. Goodbye.